how do I talk to my kids about masturbation? In the light of the recent debates on the issue of masturbation, I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Some parents are asking, how do I open up this subject? My daughter is 13, 14. My son is 12, 13, 14. I'm noticing that they are showing signs of puberty. I feel embarrassed about talking to them about this issue. Some parents notice or suspect that their kids are masturbating. And I must tell you, as a teacher for many years working with students, of all grades, including high school students, as well as a counselor, yes, some of our children are, engaged in this act. Why? Well, first and foremost, because, it's a natural desire that they're trying to fulfill, and it's something that their body needs. Of course, people say, astaghfirullah, it's haram and this and that. Of course, we know that. We're not talking here about the permissibility of it or not. Okay, it's very clear that it is haram. And the evidences have been discussed by those who are more qualified than us. However, this is the truth, this is the reality, it's happening. Parents need to wake up. Problem is that a lot of parents wait too long. If you understand, even through introspection, going back to your age, let's be honest, most people know what masturbation is or have experienced masturbation themselves. There's illa man rahima rabbi. I know people don't like real talk, but real talk is real talk. Except for if you, mashallah, Allah protect you, never even, ever even knew what this is. But in reality, most people have had this issue, and that's why they know about it, and that's why they talk about it, and they want to deal with it. They don't want their kids to fall into this sin. Problem that I said in my previous lecture also, that masturbation is associated with viewing pornography, and that becomes a compound problem. But today we're only going to deal with the issue of masturbation and how to tell kids, how to talk to kids, how to open this discussion up. Okay, I've talked about pornography many times already. Today we're just going to talk about how do I start as a parent to talk to them about this issue. All right? And I say that if they reached already the age of 13, 14, most likely, if they go to school, public school, they have friends, they've heard about it, someone talked about it, they might have even experienced it. This is just the reality. If you have a doubt, you might have seen, that they spend a lot of times in the bathroom or something like that. You notice certain things, then most likely that is the case, because the body has this need, is going through this change, hormonal change, and has this need to release. Of course, people say, well, how did it happen before? There was not so much fitna, this and that. At the time, the Prophet ﷺ was different. If you think about it, there was a lot of fitna at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. The Quraysh were making tawaf naked. Prostitution was rampant. A lot of moral indecency was taking place. So there was fitna, maybe not like us, that we just have our phones ready and everything can be accessed today. Okay, everything is hyper-sexualized. So definitely the desires are amplified. But the desire is natural. Of course, if we look at the time of the Sahaba, people used to get married early. Your grandparents were getting married early. Their great-grandparents even earlier. Of course, you would say, but this is 2021. It's a different century, different times. They have to study, they have to this. Yeah, okay, they have to. But that does not somehow solve our problem, does it? It's like, people keep coming, but brother, this is different times. But brother, how can you say this? But brother, how can you talk about marriage and they're so young? I'm just telling you how naturally Allah has created us and how He gave us a way out, and that is early marriage. Trust me, it is very difficult for a human being, bodily wise, to hold themselves. You can fast, yes. Your body naturally will have wet dreams. So the children started experiencing wet dreams. That is that they don't hear about masturbation and this, that, but naturally you will want to touch yourself. Naturally that happens, but it is haram. So what did Allah reveal for us as a cure? The Prophet ﷺ said, fast, lower your gaze, and so on, but marry early. I keep making the argument to parents, try to help your kids to get married early. Help them, support them financially, get an apartment for them, whatever it is. We can talk about it in another lecture. So how do you start the talk? Let's get to problem. You have to have a good relationship with your kids. They have to feel that you are not just their parents, but also, to an extent, people that they can turn to, friends. You have to be cool enough. You have to know their language. You have to know what's going on in their circles, in their culture. You have to do that homework as a mother, as a father. It depends. Usually mothers will try to or tend to speak to the daughters more. Again, be a bit approachable, nicer, joke a little bit. Don't make it embarrassing. But if you haven't established that relationship for years now, and then all of a sudden you're coming to talk about it, it's going to be very awkward. So you can start by going out somewhere, having a talk. Like, I'll tell you what I do. Like, I ask my daughter, like, do you like anyone? How is it? Things. And yeah, it's haram, this, that, we talk about these issues. But she knows that she can talk to me as a father even. I fulfill that manly part in her life because she feels like she talks to my wife, yes. But sometimes she has the need to talk to a man. And she's not gonna go, I know my daughters, I have 3, they're not gonna go and talk to a man because I'm the man in their life who's gonna talk to them, who's not gonna judge them or smash them or whatever some parents do, sadly, when their daughters come up with these kind of natural inquiries and questions. So that's my purpose as a man, as a father. So you gotta be cool. Number one, you have to be cool. You gotta have that relationship with them. And I give you the example, the Prophet ﷺ, when that man came to him, the young man, and he said, Ya Rasulullah, I almost did everything with him, almost. Did the Prophet ﷺ push him away? Did the Prophet ﷺ scream at him? It's haram, no doubt, man. But the guy's coming with a concern. There's a difference between being a criminal and someone who's committing haram, criminal, doesn't care, and someone who's concerned, someone who's trying to purify, to help, to change, to coming for help. So you have to be cool. You have to have that establishment, that relationship. Okay, number 2, questions. You use questions. You use situations. You use, have you ever heard about this? Have you ever heard about that? And they'll be like, they're shy. And I just open it up. Like recently I had a talk with my son about the issues of erections. And he opened up because I'm cool with him. And he said, it's so annoying and this and that. And I told him, this is a sign that you're a man. And he opened up, like he cooled down. He just, talked, and we just had a good talk. And I made it fun. I was like, No, I was very calm, very nice. And it was good. It was a good talk. And I explained certain things to him. I got into some vocabulary, some descriptions, some anatomy. So he knows. And he knows that he can come and talk to me. And same with the girls. I know that there's a limit, of course, for men. But I'm quite comfortable to talk to my daughters. And of course, the mothers have to also. Sometimes men feel like embarrassed, but there's a haya and a modesty that should be there between a man and obviously his daughters, no doubt, at a certain age, especially when they became like women. But when they're younger and they're just slowly getting to think of stuff, you can also discuss with them. But specifics about masturbation, obviously for the girls, will be my wife. Okay, the woman will be talking to them about it, about what and the haram and this and that and how to protect yourself. Of course, we encourage them to fast and this and that, but it's not easy, right? I mean, they see so many things. But the fact we talk about marriage and the future and the possibilities, the halal options, and they get excited because they know that there is something waiting for them. Just the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about Jannah and gives us the good glad tidings of Jannah. Same way we use the same strategy to give glad tidings of things, good things that will happen in this life. Right? So basically, again, bottom, how do you open the discussion? Just get into it. Talk about it with questions. Don't say, do you masturbate? No, that's not the way you do it. But you bring in the issue that, like, look, this is what happens, what people do. It's not good, it's not this, and these are the problems that can happen from it. You also have to discuss about them. Be like, look, I know this is a hot topic, people talk about it. I'm sure that you've heard about it. If you haven't, you tell them, you educate them. Okay? Why it is haram and what are the negative problems with it, that it's going to destroy the beautiful relationship that you have, intimacy in the future with your future husband or your future wife, right? So bottom line, you just need to have a good relationship with your kids so these so-called taboo topics don't seem so taboo. You open them just naturally, just like chit-chat, and then they have to feel that they can talk to you and you won't judge them. They know it's haram. You know it's haram. You know that maybe you were engaged in it before at their age. Come on, let's not be like so like, self-righteous. And if you weren't, alhamdulillah, I give you the best, mashallah. May Allah bless you, give you the highest place in Jannah because you've been so pure. And so many people are, maybe. I'm not saying that, but a lot of people know what masturbation is. So talk to them clearly, nice, with jokes, with some humor, things. Let them feel, because they're gonna go to others if they're not coming to you. If they don't feel comfortable with you and you don't make it comfortable, then they will go somewhere else. They will find, they will check Google, they will do this, they will do that. Yes, it's a bit embarrassing. Yes, it's a bit like, oh my God, some cultures I know that they'll be like, they'll take me out right now, But the reality is that women asked the Prophet ﷺ about wet dreams. Women asked about, about discharge. Women asked about the period. Women asked many things to the Prophet ﷺ. The Sahabas asked about positions in intimacy, and the Prophet ﷺ taught. And he said, whoever is shy of asking will not learn. So we need to just discuss. Okay, sit with them down and be like, look, I need to talk to you about something. This is what it is. And just straight up, do you know what masturbation is? They'll be like, no, not really, whatever. Like, okay, this is what masturbation is. This is a big issue today because of what's happening in the world. And you ask them questions. Do your friends talk about this? What do you think? Don't worry, you can trust me. I'm on your side. I've been through this myself. I was your age at one point. Just a very, very casual, very cool discussion. At the beginning, it's gonna feel very hot and very uncomfortable, but you'll find with time. And don't keep talking about it every day. Start it first, check it out, see how it works the first time. Then maybe a few days later, a few weeks later, bring it up again. But as I said, if you are a parent who has younger children right now, start thinking about how to plan for this discussion. Let's say your children are 8, 9, good. Now you can start slowly at 10, 9, talking about these issues. 11, 10, so on. Once they're 13, 14, 15, I would say it's pretty much too late, but you can still have the discussion, alhamdulillah, and they can feel that, you know about this stuff. They can come to you if they have any issues. I'll be very honest. With my kids, if they like someone in their class or they feel some attraction, I don't shut them down. I tell them this is natural. I tell them what is haram. I tell them, how we can deal with it. I tell them to look forward towards good things that Allah has given us. And they get very excited and they understand. SubhanAllah, sometimes you don't imagine how much kids understand these things. They do. All you have to do is don't treat them like kids when they've already reached pretty much signs of adulthood. But be cool with them, be nice with them, and just do it. Just talk, just go for it. It's actually this question, if you think about it, bottom line, it's that parents are uncomfortable. They don't know how to start. Just do it. Just start the discussion, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us, protect our children, because this is a war out there of emotions, of feelings, and we are restricting, sadly, the doors of halal and opening the doors of haram. May Allah protect us.